Hey guys, you know what time it is? It's party time, or so in Path of Exile. So in today's video, I wanted to briefly discuss partying versus soloing in Path of Exile. Most of you probably already know what you do and you want to solo and you want to party, but I wanted to address some of the benefits that can be by both the exercise of soloing and partying. So in Path of Exile, you can either group up or you can solo. Whenever you solo, there's an amount of currency and all that stuff you get, and when you party, there's an amount. It's different. So when you party up, for each additional player, it adds an amount of health, rarity, and quantity. For each additional player, it's gonna add 10 quantity. 40 rarity on item find. It's gonna add 50 quantity on currency and gem finding. And what this means is that if you're soloing, the benefit is 100%. You get everything. If you party up, what's then gonna happen is this. Let's say you want to find currency. Let's say you clear a zone in the same speed, solo and in a party. A lot of people end up here in Sarn, like grind up in in a race. So you end up here in Sarn. Let me kill this guy. And you group up because it's safe, it's fun.
I cannot carry this.
But should you actually be grouping up? You're not going into maps yet, and you just want to get into maps. You want to find as much good stuff as possible. If you add 50%. Right? You might think, well, that's a good thing. Well, it's not really, because if the clear speed is the same and you add 50% and then you have to split it in two, you're only getting 75 total. If you then have 3 people, right, that's another 50% to currency divided by 3, that's 200% divided by 3, that's 66.66, 2/3 or whatever. Again, another drop in the total amount of currency. So if you want to party up, you, in terms of currency, you definitely want to have, to have a higher clear speed if you want to be most efficient. Same thing goes for map drops. All these things are not dropping at a higher rate because you group up. So what I like to do in my parties, in these week-long races, if I party up, I like to split up the group as soon as we progressed to a certain point. Because in progression, that's another thing. In progression, in terms of XP, or in terms of getting through the game, whenever you have to go to piety, go to dominance, go to vol, go to all these places where you have to traverse through difficult zones, while doing that, you're not gonna XP very fast. So you can send one guy off doing all the hard stuff, while the core group stays in levels. Then he will then join the group again after you've killed Dominus or whatever, after you kill something hard, and you get to send a new guy out. And what now happens is that whenever you send these guys out on missions, they will only be you have 5 people total in a group, or 6 people. How many do you have? 6 people? Yeah, 6 people. So you have 6 people total in a group, and what then happens is that you only have to do 1/6 of the running if everyone does their part. So this way you can keep up XPing faster, because you can stay in the high XP zones while someone else does the dirty work, and then it's your turn and there's another guy and then another guy. So that's a good thing. But in terms of the total accumulation of wealth, it's probably better doing it solo, if you're doing the same clear speed. As you go up in maps though, let's say you enter maps. The whole map discussion I'll have one of these days as well, but let's just assume you go on maps. Then there's a point to joining in the maps on higher levels, because you can only accumulate so many high level maps. Let's say you do slightly lower tier maps and you get lucky, every one of you gets lucky and get the higher tier maps. Then you join in for that map, so you get the total XP of that map. So now you're trying to accumulate XP. Again, if you're looking at the broad perspective of only getting items, you're gonna get more items if every single one of them splits up. Then there's safety coming in as well. It sometimes is safer, and you can run higher level maps, and you can run harder maps by being in a group. That's also something to consider. But the whole thing about grouping up is it's not always beneficial to you, and that's what I want you to realize here, to know about that. There is actually a reason why you should be soloing if you want to be most efficient at some points in the game. So yeah, I hope you learned a little something about this short video. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we're gonna have a talk about maps. So have a good one, guys.